Safety specialist. Today I want to do a quick deal on ladders. I've got my little step stool out here. Got my sidekick Meadow. She's chasing shadows. And then I've got a ladder here, just a typical A-frame. Unfortunately, I don't have every ladder that we typically use in training, but I'll just give you some quick basic stuff. Whenever you use a ladder for the first time since it's been used last, check the feet, check the rails. You want to make sure you have a glove on. You want to run your hand down these rails. You're looking for cracks. You're also looking to see if any powder comes off. Obviously there'll be some dust out here in Arizona, but you're looking to see if that material is breaking down in any fashion. You want to make sure the brackets are intact. Make sure this ladder has all its appropriate labeling. We do a lot with Louisville. This happens to be a Werner ladder my dad gave me some time ago. On the side you've got all your instructions, including weight ratings, height. So my maximum reach is 9 foot. This is a ladder that's a 5-footer. All my pertinent stuff there on the side. If these stickers go missing on a job site, you have to take this ladder out of service. The other thing I do with these ladders, you want to make sure you open them up. While they're partially opened, check to make sure that the head part up here is solid. Sometimes you'll see some wobbling because these brackets start to come undone. So as you open it up, you want to lift each leg and just make sure this thing isn't going to bend back and forth to great length. Once it's in place, make sure all your brackets lock and it's level. Now most ladders, and we've even had customers bring them back, say, hey, this thing isn't quite level wherever I place it. You think about 4 points of contact. There's a lot of room for play in these top points, especially with plastic pieces. There's going to be a little bit of, as you can see, a little bit of wobble in that thing. The ladder's perfectly fine. It's on a flat surface. I like to go up to the base of these things, give them a little kick, and now if you look, that's nice and stable. I always kick one of the 4 legs, usually one of the 2 in the front, and it gives you that last little bit of bracing. Now that thing's solid. I might walk around, kick them both, just make sure it's solid. Now I can climb. How high can I climb on this ladder? You always want to stay 2 down from the top on an A-frame ladder. So you've got the top, the support, and then the height you can actually stand. Now some general contractors are actually limiting you to the height of your belt buckle. So if I stand on this ladder on that rung, my hips and stuff will be above this for balance. I may be limited to that rung on a general contractor job site. I need to maintain 3 points of contact at all times while climbing. That means 2 hands, 2 feet, right? 2 feet on that thing, 1 hand, 2 hands, 1 foot, some sort of fashion of 3 points of contact. So as I begin to put my foot on this ladder, put a hand on the ladder, I could go up with my next foot, and that's as high as I could go. Now for me to continue climbing, I would need to have my hands free to be able to get up on there. So I'm not going to go any higher than that first one. But again, the point being, just because a manufacturer says I can climb to this rung, a general contractor might limit you to this rung. So when you're out there selling the different ladder heights, again, if a guy says, hey, I need a 5-footer, thinking he's standing on that rung, he gets out to like maybe a McCarthy site and he's limited to that rung, he's lost his 9-foot reach. So make sure you understand the height they need. Typical step stools like this at the home use, same idea. I want to make sure it's clean, it's sturdy, it's braced. I want to maintain points of contact, so I'd put one hand here, brace the other hand on this bracket, step up on top, and then once I'm on top, check out my legs. I can lean my legs against this brace piece and I'm legal. I've got 3 points of contact as I climb down. Totally legal. Now a lot of people, if you ever see a step stool that's under 4 feet, this one has a rail, but sometimes you'll see these that don't have that top rail. You could technically stand on that because you're below 4 foot for general industry, 6 foot for construction. It's just not a good best practice. So most of your step ladders, even these small home use ones, should have some sort of top rail to lean against. The biggest incident we see, and this goes back if you guys ever watched Dan Negley do his training, it's that last step that gets you. Someone's up on a ladder, they're standing on this rung and they go to take that last step and they miss and they go to here and you get a lot of broken ankles. So when you're coming back down those stairs, make sure you're hitting everything down. If I'm standing here, I need to step, step, ground. Make sure you're not getting that death drop, we call it, with that last 1.5 feet. So pretty basic stuff. I'm going to include a bunch of ladder videos and different things I can find on the internet, different pictures. One of these days I'll teach Meadow how to climb the ladder. Right now she's just interested in shadows. But anyway, so there's a quick deal on fall protection for ladders. As the weekend approaches and you guys start your honey-do list, make sure you inspect them, make sure you use them correctly. Another side note real quick before I close this video, this ladder can never be folded and leaned. You see that a lot on job sites. Someone puts these ladders away. They need to get up at heights. So they walk it over to a wall. And you see that a lot out in the field. That is 100% never legal with an A-frame ladder. This is designed to be open at all times and not leaned. I've even seen contractors have an inspector ask them, hey, I need to talk to you about your ladder use because it's leaning. If it's being stored, it needs to be laying on its side. So don't store it leaning like that because the intent could be there. Make sure you store them correctly. All right, hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.